What's up my top 6 community? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rodney, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the announcement of the Reggae boyz squad for the upcoming World Cup qualifiers in the October international break. Any information about the squad that you're not sure about or maybe have missed, just stick around. I will discuss everything in this video. So please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel and get your thoughts in the comment section. So the JFF Simon Preston and Jamaica head coach Steve McClaren went on a live press conference on Saturday, October the 4th, in which they announced the squad for the Jamaica Reggae boyz for the October international break. A break in which we'll play 2 games. The first is on October the 10th away to Curacao, and the second game will play on October the 14th against Bermuda at the office in Kingston. On my side, please remember to come out in your numbers on the 14th of October to support the Reggae boyz against Bermuda in the National Stadium. So in this video, I'm just going to dissect and go through most of the information announced in this press conference. Stuff like Coach McClaren's opening remarks, including players not available for squad selection through injury, and players coming back into the squad, new additions to the squad, suspensions, and also players left out of the squad and placed on standby. And then lastly, the media questions that were asked in this press conference and how Coach McClaren responded to them. So firstly, head coach Steve McClaren expressed how difficult it was picking the squad. It was as difficult as picking the last squad with so many injuries and falling outs in the last minute. Hence the reason he has players placed on standby. So the players that weren't available for selection due to injuries were, first up, Warner Brown. Coach McClaren said that he is still out due to an ankle injury and still has a couple of weeks before he returns. Next up is Mikel Antonio. He is still training with Brentford, but he is unavailable due to a calf injury, and he said that he will be out for a further 2 or 3 weeks. And the next player that wasn't selected due to injury is Leon Bailey. Coach McClaren said that Leon Bailey was desperate to get in the squad to come and help out the team, but he thinks that it's best for Leon to focus on getting back to full fitness, play a few games with the Roma team, and then he will be available for selection in the November international break. And also Deshaun Bernard, he's been out on a long-term injury. He's still currently rehabbing, but he's still a few weeks out away from full fitness. Next up, Coach McClaren spoke about players that wasn't in the squad for the September international break but are now back in the squad for this set of games. Players like Andre Blake, back to full fitness and back in the squad. He has 2 clean sheets in his last few games with his club, so he is ready. Next, he spoke about Joel Latibodiere, back to full fitness and training with the Coventry squad. He expressed how versatile Latibodiere was and how useful he is in the squad. Next is Ethan Pinnock. He's fit again and in much better condition, so he is ready to be back in the squad. Next is Amari Bell. He missed the last selection through a groin injury, but now he is fit again and ready to be in the team. Then Bobby Reid. He's fit again. He played this weekend. He was missed by the squad, so he's welcome back again. And also Damari Gray. McClaren said he made a good start at Birmingham. He's looking more like himself now, and he's also welcome back into the squad. And Roman Burrell, he was left out of the squad the last time around. Now he's back in the squad this time because he's doing well at QPR. So those are the players returning back into the squad that weren't in the selection the last time around. And the squad also included 2 new arrivals, 2 players that are being selected in the squad for the very first time. First is Ian Frey of Inter Miami. Coach McClaren said he has been following him for the past year now, and he has had some conversation with him. He has now established himself in the Inter Miami team, playing alongside Lionel Messi. In the last international break, he wasn't quite ready, but this time around, he's fit and well and ready to commit himself to the Jamaican national team. Coach McClaren said that Frey will offer the Reggae boyz great flexibility, as he had played at right back, centre back. He has played as a 6 and also a number 8 in the midfield. So he's a very rounded player and will help out the squad in whatever way that he can. The next new addition to the team is a young man by the name of Seymour Reid, a 17-year-old that plays for New York City FC in the MLS. McClaren said that he has been watching him and is very impressed with his talent, and that it was important to get him in the Reggae boyz team, and he is excited to watch him train with the squad. Now this young man looks really promising. Remember that he's the youngest player to ever score for New York City FC in the MLS at the age of just 17 years and 193 days. He looks really promising and exciting and want to develop for the future. Coach McClaren also informed us about 2 players that will be out for the first game in this international break against Curacao, that is Isaac Hayden and Casey Palmer.
Unfortunately for the first game, we do lose Isaac Hayden and Casey Palmer through suspension, through booking. So they will be a big miss for us. But they'll be available for the second game, so we fly them out a little later.
Now this is 2 really important players missing for that crucial game against Curacao. Isaac Hayden, which is basically our destroyer, the tackler in the midfield, or a lone CDM that protects the back 4. He won't be in for this game. And also Casey Palmer, which to me is our most intricate player. He's good on the ball, he passes well, and he also pops up on the score sheet from time to time. So Casey Palmer and Isaac Hayden is 2 major miss for that crucial game against Curacao. Coach McClaren also told us about players that are left out of the squad and are placed on standby. Those are Kyle Duncan, Renaldo Webster, and Kevin Lambert. He said that they are not a part of the squad, but because of their attitude and intensity in the last camp, they will be placed on standby in case of any emergency or any players falling out for whatever reason, they can be put in. So now that we have run through all of that, I will now list the names of the 26-man squad selected by Jamaica head coach Steve McClaren. The names are as follows. I will start with the goalkeepers. They are Andre Blake, Jamali Waite, Tafari Chambers. The defenders are Joel Latibodier, Ethan Pinnock, Richard King, Dexter Langbokisa, Greg Lay, Damian Lowe, Amari Bell, and Mason Oldgate. The midfielders are Isaac Hayden, Ian Frey, Bobby Reed, John Russell, Karai Anderson, Joshan Anglin, and Casey Palmer. And the forwards are Bailey Kadamartieri, Shamar Nicholson, Roman Borrell, Damari Gray, Kaheem Dixon, Ronaldo Cephas, Tyrese Campbell, and Seymour Reed. So this is a 26-man squad that will represent Jamaica for the upcoming international break. McClaren said that things may change, players may differ for the next break in November, but for this October internationals, this is a squad that will represent the Reggae boyz. And to me, this is a fair enough squad based on players that are available for selection. And of course, there are always players knocking on the door, and there are always questions about some players that are left out and some that are in. But at the end of the day, the coach has made up his mind on his selection, and every player cannot be in the squad at the same time. So I'm sure at the next international break we'll see some different faces until the coach figures out which team is best or which set of players is best for the team. So my community, that is the squad for the Reggae boyz for this set of international games, and I think that this squad is good enough to give us 6 points from these 2 games to bring us even closer to World Cup qualification. I can't stress enough how important these 2 games are and how important it is to win them. This is our best chance of being back in the World Cup since 1998, and the whole Jamaica and Jamaicans in the diaspora are ready and waiting for us to qualify for this World Cup. So now for the rest of this video, we'll just watch and listen a little clip from the press conference where Steve McClaren spoke about our opponents Curacao, his knowledge of their squad, and how we can negate their strengths and take advantage of their weaknesses. Listen.
And the focus, the only focus, is Curacao for the next game. We've had a good start. We need to continue the momentum. It will be a very difficult game. I have a very, very experienced coach, Dick Advocaat. I know well from his time also in England. They have a squad full of Dutch players. So the Dutch play a certain style, a certain way, and Dick's certainly got them doing that. So I know that very well. very good players, very technically very good, and obviously playing at home on the artificial surface will give them an advantage. But you know, the roll of the ball will be smooth. It'll be like playing on grass, so we have no excuses for that.
Morning, Coach. Morning, Simon.
Morning.
Coach, you have won the league in Netherlands, and we know that the Curacao team comprises of players mainly from Netherlands. Coach, what can you say, taken from your experience over there, can you tell us about the Curacao team, how prepared your experience will assist us with the Curacao team?
You know, I think it's the amount of analysis and the amount of times that we can watch opponents. You know, it doesn't matter where they're from. We know a lot about them, and they know a lot about us. Yes, it could be an advantage because, yeah, I managed in Holland and know the style of play and followed Dick Advocaat for many years. And they play good football. They want to play football. They want to build from the back. They want to dominate games. Want to be creative up front. And you see from the recruitment that they've made over the last few months, you know, you saw the performances in the Gold Cup, you know, narrowly beat by Canada. You know, Honduras, they look very good against them, and so we know what to expect. It will be very, very difficult. We need to defend very well, but also when we have the opportunity to play football and try to use our speed as much as possible against them.
Good morning, Coach. Gregory Bryce from the Jamaica Reggae. Coach, last window, 2 wins, a great start, but you were missing a lot of the more marquee players due to injuries. Now, with several of them coming back in, how more confident or more improved the squad is for these 2 games now, especially against Curacao away?
Yes, we did. We had quite a few missing. They've come back. We hope with their experience, their knowledge, and the way that they've been playing, performing, they're great additions. Unfortunately, for the first game, we do lose Isaac Hayden and Casey Palmer through suspension, through booking. So they will be a big miss for us. But they'll be available for the second game, so we fly them out a little later. But yeah, I'm not saying the squad is stronger this time. It's just different, and what we want is the same level of performance, the same level of intensity in training, preparation, focus, and same performance of spirit, fight, and good football in the game against Curacao. That's what we're looking for from the group.
Before the qualifiers had begun, the JFF had put out a list of a watch list of players, including the likes of Rico Henry, of course, long-term target Mason Greenwood. With this window and then the November window left, what are the chances of we seeing those persons playing for Jamaica before the qualifiers end?
I can't answer that question. As I said, you know, the last time they weren't involved, and this time also. So we focus on the players who are here, and believe you me, all the players on the list, and I think we put about 50 players on that list. We're following every 50 player very, very closely. So we've got 2 camps to go. Hopefully we have a clean bill of health come Monday for this one, and then November will be different again.
And that is it my side. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and get your thoughts in the comment section. I'll see you on the next one.